Hi, Pisces. Welcome. It's Mary Ellen. I'm coming to you for your January 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm really thrilled to be here, and I wanted to start. I'm going to try to make this a new tradition. I'm just going to start by showing you the first card, which is the Spirit message, the theme that guides your reading today, and give you a little preview while I make my housekeeping announcements, okay? So that's not news to you, I'm sure. Any of you who've been here through 2017 watching this incredible journey unfold. And Pisces, there you are once again. We've seen this card. This is a message that's going to be about the journey after the solstice. That is the beautiful passage tomb at Newgrange, and this is the warrior of art. And so Spirit is acknowledging you, the place in which you stand as the message is coming through. As you journey clearly through the month of January, and this is a little bit of a Spirit saying, let me toggle over. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We made it. It's 2018. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm Mary Ellen, if you haven't seen these videos before. I'm a clairvoyant, and I channel messages using the cards from Spirit. So Pisces, I'm eager to hear from all of you. I'm sending you all my love and deep gratitude for all of you who have been accompanying me through 2017, this incredible journey that I've been on, while I've been conversing with you through the channeled messages that Spirit sends through the cards. I'm very eager to jump in. We have a very exciting message. And so what's coming through from Spirit this month is, yes, this is a little bit of foreshadowing. And so Spirit's saying, interesting, talking about the curbstone, those things that support your passage and your shift and your change and your growth. Having come through the amazing days of 2017 with all the wonderful things, all the portals, all the eclipses, Spirit's talking again about the ring of fire, all the things that transpired here on this planet, in the realm of humanity, and in the spirit realm, in your own life. And so let me just toggle back while I do my little housekeeping announcement so you can just look into the card. Going forward into 2018, I have an enormous amount of gratitude. I want you to see me for this. For each and every one of you, for all the love and patience and encouragement that you've been sending out to me. And I'm mirroring it right back to you as we step into this new phase of our human journey. In 2018, there are going to be some changes here at Moonrise Cottage. I'm going to make a separate video because I don't want to take time here because these messages, I think, in January are going to go a little bit long. So watch for that. I am going to begin to widen my availability in terms of the types of readings I do and the services that I offer. I will be able now to do couples readings, soulmate readings, so to speak, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. And I will be doing some messaging together with you Spirit's talking about in concert with folks who are important to you, who are on the other side. If you want to be able to get in touch with those folks and have a reading together, let me know. I'm available for that now. The other thing that's going to be added is distance healing. So as always, I'm going to do my best to load all that information into the Show More tab that is below each and every video. I am working on building a website at long last, and I will let you know when that happens. But for now, continue to scroll below the video if you'd like any kind of reading or consultation. And all the information's there. My email address is there. The time zone converter is there. The types of readings available, the pricing, everything you need will just be one click away. Click on the Show More tab. So let's jump in. And I'll be looking forward to spinning through this message with you. It's a beautiful way, Spirit says, to both start and finish. And so there's an acknowledgement here of your journey, the way in which you have transitioned through 2017, going so very deep into your nature, into the ways in which you travel on a soul level. And so Spirit's acknowledging that coming in 2018, this Spirit message, the theme for the year, is going to be a very deep acknowledgement of yourself, of your being, of the way in which you stand, if you will, here on this planet. As a spirit being, having come through your transition and your shift and change. If you don't know, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please go and check out some of the videos from last year to catch up a little bit and understand the basis, the bedrock, Spirit says, of these messages, particularly the messages that came out from the passage tombs in the end of 2017. As you walk this year, Pisces, you will be in a new state of being, in the realm, under the light of the warrior of art, who has been completely transformed and who does battle, so to speak, in an artistic way, using all that has become available to you through your shift and your change and your initiation. So this is the theme, and I'm going to transition to the next card that indicates the way in which you stand as you take your human journey this month and as you transition through 2018. It's no surprise, Pisces, this is a beautiful indication of the new life. And being received into this life, having transitioned through the solstice and through that which came from this passage tomb journey in your own life, you stand reborn, received here by the Queen of Skill, having crossed over from the mystical realm, swaddled in that beautiful blue blanket. You arise, is what Spirit is saying. I cannot think of anything more beautiful and more pertinent for all of you that walk under the sign of Pisces through this incredible spirit journey that we have here on this earth. The Queen of Skill holds the key to existence, to life and transition. She has the power to manifest and to move your spirit forward. If you look closely at the card, you'll see that her garment is one that is very much like the mover of energy. I don't know if you can tell that. There we go. You see the horses on her dress? That is about the power of movement, the power to forward motion, and the activation that has come to you through this very deep and profound transition, that you have made through 2017 and the place in which you stand in this way. Spirit's talking about renewal and shift and change and the newness that comes and your awareness of your new set point having come through this transition. I'm going to toggle back because I would like you to see that again. And as we move through the month of January, your shift and change, as was, the messages that we're channeling through all of last year continue. You are deeply in your set point. And as you take your human walk, these are some of the things that are going to be affecting your journey in the month of January. But again, as a curbstone, a keystone, foundation set point in 2018. And the very first card is the Lover of Devotion. It's particularly beautiful. I'm going to show you the card. There she is. The full name of the card is the Lover of Devotion. We've talked about this card before in your readings. She holds the abundance of that which arises from her heart chakra in order to be able to determine her journey and choose her pathway. And coming into 2018 with this type of clarity of vision, and Spirit's talking about the dedication of a set point. As you walk, you are going to come further in line, and the choices that as humans, we continue to have to make on a day-to-day basis. And the Spirit's talking about as a thematic presence. That's interesting. Those words haven't come through before, but the Spirit's talking about this year. You will be able to step deeper into those parts of yourself that feel devotion from your heart chakra, those sacred parts of your own being. So let's toggle back and take a look at the relationship to this foundation for your walk as you move through your human journey this January, and of course, as I said, in all of 2018. I love that the very next card is the elopement of skill. And so you take that foundation of having transitioned, having a new set point, and no surprise, Pisces, that your set point is the beautiful lover of devotion. And walking forward in that way, you experience the ability, because of the shift and change in 2017, to use your new skill set, your new place of being, if you will, and take that set of skills, bond it together with Spirit, and elope. So if you're new to the channel, this card is about being able to reach a destiny of, it's interesting, Spirit's saying that, okay, so the story of the card is about two sacred lovers. They were used in the readings and used here as an allegory about your ability to join together with the two halves of yourself and with the spirit realm, the yin yang of the male and female energies, which through a mystical series of events were able to meld together after going through a difficult period in which there was opposition to this union. And so Spirit's talking about your journey as a soul being here on the earth, this experience that causes you to be separate from the spirit realm, from the mystical realm, in whatever way you experience that. And this couple had to go through a transformation in order to be able to reach each other, bond together. And in that moment, they actually had an ascension story, Spirit says. So talking a lot in my ear about your ascension into the next realm of your journey and your being here on the earth as a spirit actor. Being able to join together your intention that comes from here, Spirit says, and allow that to emanate forward. In the end of this fairy tale, this couple actually, they were in a banquet hall. A spell was put on this woman. She had to find a mystical way to release herself, and she did. And in that moment, they were able to join together, and they rose through the smoke hole of the chimney and turned into swans and flew away into the next part of their journey. So that's what's in store for you as you walk. I guess it should be this way. That's pretty amazing. And the very next card coming out is about the thing I was just talking about. Look at that. So there's the couple again. They were betrothed. They were trying to marry, and there was someone standing in their way. Just almost a similar story, right? So the theme that's going on here about this progression, let me toggle back so you can see the cards, okay? When you made this transition through the solstice and coming into 2018 for the next part of your passage journey, you have reached a brand new set point. A very mystically informed life that is built upon the devotion you feel in your heart as a Pisces, and it's vast, is what Spirit is saying. And by so doing, through all of the efforts of 2017, you come to this moment where you are able to activate that part of your being and have it arise through the fire of your commitment, transform itself in that moment, and fly into your destiny. And this next card is actually the courtship of art. And so that was the purpose of your journey in 2017. And as you go forward, because this is your human walk, in January, starting your new pathway through the months of 2018. This is also a story about a couple. There was someone standing in their way as they tried to move their life forward. Also, another indication of yin and yang energy. And basically, this couple used their knowledge of the person that was attempting to stand in their way in order to find, the word that's coming through is a non-confrontational, non-violent way of removing that obstacle. All right, so let me just toggle over. So there they are. You can see if you look closely, it looks like there's a figure in that little bag that's tied with a bow and hung on a hook. In fact, that's what happened. They joined their energies together, and Spirit's talking about your ability now as a Pisces to join your energies with all the other beings that are here in order to remove the obstacles that keep us apart as we move through our human journey, attempting to arise into our destiny. And so clearly you have come to this place of knowledge and understanding, and you join with those around you, Spirit says, to encapsulate that which attempts to thwart your energy. And, so there's a lot of chatter coming through, as I often say. There's a new courtship. You see how this is a number 3 card? Right? Having come through all that you have learned, you are in a new place now. It is about using both the male and female energy that you have available to you to bring your ability to create change going forward, because you have the ability to understand how, Spirit's saying, how to supersede the obstacles that may come into your pathway in 2018. We are all on notice, I believe, that we now have this capacity to move our destiny forward, given our individual set point. And certainly, if it's true for anyone, it's true for you. So I'm going to toggle back. I want you to look at that again. Just look at the unfolding of the cards up into this moment, Spirit is saying, to understand the reality of your set point, the reality of your being, the reality of all that has been promised to you as an astrological being, spirit being, set point as a Pisces. All right? So there's been a profound shift and change. Yours has been very mystical. And again, Spirit's saying, check out some of the videos from 2017 so you understand the place from which you move forward, the place in which you are standing now. Having arrived, you are able to utilize your beautiful, mystical set point and ability and understanding and the deep way in which you travel. There will no longer be obstacles that will prevent your energy from going forward into the world. And I love that the first 2 cards are both images of spirit energy arriving through a transition and standing here on this plane of existence. It's very exciting to me. Last year we talked a lot about mystical transition and soul journeys and all the ways in which you have traveled out so far, and having arrived home again to this realm, you now have an enormous amount of, not just mystical power and mystical abilities at transition, but having the ability to utilize that here as you walk through your day-to-day life. It's very profound. So I'm going to toggle back and give you a moment to look into that and show you the picture that has to do with the bridge card. What is, of course, as we all want to know always, what's the point? Most of the people who come for readings, that is often the primary question. What am I to do? Why is this happening? I don't know how to move forward. And often the answer comes, you are doing it. You are in transition, and that is enough. If you have personal goals and things you are trying to achieve, of course you continue to strive in that direction. But always give yourself credit and understand that you are a being in the process of creation through the creation of your own journey and the experience of your journey. So look at the next card. No surprise, Pisces, whatsoever. Spirit's talking right away about the center line of cards as it is unfolding to help you understand the reality of what you have been through, of that which you have felt in your heart. Because we see the beautiful lover of devotion supporting a soul journey. And it is that soul journey that is and has been your bridge to your embracing and removing the obstacles in order to have the soul journey that you were meant to have. So I want to just show you the card, if I can, a little bit close up. So this has been in your readings a lot, Pisces. Those of you who have been following along, you've seen this. Here we are, representation of humanity, slumbering, dreaming, imagining. And you know what? Spirit's talking about, look along the edge of this person. There's an indication there about the chakras. Do you see the spirals? There's an awakening that is happening. Even if you think it's not happening, that's what Spirit's talking about. Don't ever fear that you are on your journey, even if you feel that you are not. Rest assured that you certainly are. And there is an awakening process that deepens as your soul arises and goes through the portal to the mystical realm in order to turn the spiral of your destiny, walking toward the sacred bowl of all creation. It's a very beautiful message to start the year with. And I love that it is so closely aligned with all the messaging that came through last year, all the discussion that we had. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to do too much review because I think, it's January. This message is going to go long anyway. But gosh, Pisces, what a beautiful, Spirit saying, what a beautiful work of creation you are. It's absolutely true. So I'm going to toggle back and let you gaze into that while I load up the photo for the Spirit Realm Walk. As you enter into 2018, having come through this portal, all the indications of portal, there are actually 4 clear indications of coming through portals and using the foundation bedrock of your devotion at your heart chakra to overcome the obstacles that would be presented to you in order to move through and into the deeper aspect of your journey. And coming into 2018, certainly having been prepared, having been through your initiations, having been through all the journeying into and out of the passage tomb, the Fornox reading that came out, I think it was October, addressed these issues and the feelings that you have at your heart chakra. And now those things have been released. That is the message that's coming through. And so based on that, you take the next phase of your soul journey. And I'm going to transition over so you can see the Spirit Walk. And I apologize. Trying to get that many cards into a photo to load into the viewer, it necessarily makes the picture have to be smaller. So I'm going to go transition back and show you these cards one by one. It's incredibly beautiful. That is the Sacred Mother, the source energy, through which and from which souls transition. That is the shaper of growth. So as that beautiful card, the soul, going through the portal, just as in the center photo, with the Queen of Skill receiving you You are being received in the sacred realm by the Sacred Mother. Spirit's talking about the Om. And coming through, her job is to shepherd souls across and provide them with the bounty that they will need in order to shape their growth. The full name of the card is the Shaper of Growth. It's a major arcana card. And so I'm going to toggle back to the picture because I want to chatter for a minute about that. Look at the far left row of cards. Every single one of them is a major arcana card. And if you look at that as a progression, having come through and standing in the foundation in your human world, the love of devotion that you feel in your heart, from which arises the bounty of your journey. You are released and overcoming obstacles and ascending into the next phase of your soul journey. Received by the Sacred Mother, readying you and giving you the gifts you need in order to shape the next phase of your destiny. And the very next card, not a major arcana, but Spirit saying darn close. There are the glyphs that indicate, and the sun indicating the solstice and the passage that happened. And this is the beautiful Queen of knowledge, because you have arrived into the sacred knowledge that was predestined for you to receive and to become a part of consciously. So Spirit's talking about, okay, I'm going to transition back, okay. Look at the center vertical line of cards. There we see the elopement of skill. When you join the two halves of yourself together and you are able to embrace yourself as a full being, a spirit entity and a human being walking in this planet that brings this rebirth into the arms of the Queen of Skill, having come through the mystical realm and still involved in this journey. The Queen of Knowledge sits suspended deep in the universe, looking directly at the Sacred Mother, the Shaper of Growth. She awaits that transition and your walk through all of 2018 in order to weave your sacred destiny. That's incredibly beautiful. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. She is weaving. It looks like she's playing an instrument, but actually what she's doing is weaving the strings of your destiny based on that through which you transition, and the shift and change and the growth that is coming. So there's an enormous period of growth coming again in 2018 based upon all the work, all the shift, all the portals, eclipses, all the things that happened that moved us, each individual and us as a collective, through 2017. And the messages that were destined to be heard through me, if you're showing up on this channel, as with any channel, right? We all resonate with a certain vibratory set point. And for you, it is about knowledge. Very deep, very beautiful, sacred knowledge in this way. And so, again, Spirit always asks me, please remember to talk about the progression. So if you just take a moment and you look at the Lover of Devotion on the bottom left and look diagonally up toward the right hand top corner, you see the transition that has been caused by your devotion to that which you know and that which you feel at your heart chakra, helping you to choose your pathway. And this is the pathway that you have chosen here on the earth and the reflection of it in the spirit realm. And so that transition has brought you into the deepest part of your nature as a Pisces. And I love that this card is here in the spirit realm. It is another major arcana card. That is the empowerer of will. In the traditional tarot, this would be the strength card. There's the lion, okay, and the rabbit, signifying the ability to follow the pathway of the energy in a divinatory way in order to find your strength. There is a disembodied head on this woman's lap. This is the sacred goddess of victory. Right? In the ancient times, there was a belief that the soul resided in the head. So we see all these indications of being carried, of following the energy. Hang on, Spirit's asking me to show you something else. All right, reflections, Spirit says. This year is about understanding, there's the light, the reflections of your journey in each phase of its movement, in each place of your life, and to understand this as your set point. Coming into 2018, I'm going to transition back. All of these things that you've been experiencing through the shift and change in 2017 and coming into 2018, there is a clear desire for me to deliver the message about your strength being the outcome, the strength of your spiritual reality, of your set point as a Pisces, of your identity in a sense. And if you look at the bottom corner, the bottom three cards, the human walk, your set point is based upon your devotion. And it is from this place that the transition begins to happen and has come through the portals that opened in 2017 to this ability two things are coming through. The ability to move past that which would seek to impede your progress. And the ability to do that rests on the foundation of your devotion and your understanding and compassion and love projected in the direction of the obstacles so that it does not impede you and you find ways to supersede, is the word that's coming through, and continue your journey into the arms of the Sacred Mother and the Queen of Knowledge in order to weave your destiny that has everything to do with the incredible strength of your set point, having been on this journey. It's a very powerful message, Pisces, to have this beautiful empowerer of will as the final card after this incredible unfolding and this weaving, Spirit saying, through this journey. Spirit really wants you to know this is where you stand coming into 2018. Having been victorious on the journey, the laborious journey of 2017, your soul has been transitioned and come through into its natural set point of strength. And you know what? I'm going to see if we can see all of the shift and change there in the breastplate at the will center, having been ignited and come into its natural set point. The empowerment of your will to stand in the place in which you exist and be the sacred goddess of victory because of that which you know and because of the way in which that which you know, sorry, I'm trying to pick up a card, is woven into all of humanity. So this is about your destiny, and it's also about the destiny, of all who reside here. That's what the Spirit message is that's coming through. So let's take a look. I'm going to toggle back so you can look at that, and I'll pull the outcome card. Spirit says to give you a moment just to look into that unfolding and allow you to feel that message that comes through for you through your heart chakra. And so this year, I firmly believe that your ability and the type of journey that you're going to have in 2018 rests on all of the information that comes through to you from the mystical realm, if you will, through your heart chakra. It has been activated in a very profound way. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to toggle the picture over to the outcome. And Spirit saying, as I do that, look to the very center line of cards. That's an amazing, I mean, there's 3 words coming through at once. An outstanding outcome. Having ascended, Spirit's again talking about the center line. In each one of these lines, you can look diagonally from the bottom to the top on each side. You can look at each column of cards vertically. And then the center line is the essence of your transition and your story and the prophecy going forward into 2018. That is the beautiful Queen of Art. The Queen of Art is a visionary individual, able to implement her dreams and manifest what she would like to create through the spiral of shift and change that is her destiny. She is a very emotionally mature, sensitive, and loving, and able to understand the resonance of energy that comes through the arts, music, poetry, all of those things, literature. And she enjoys her strength, if you will, lies within her ability to utilize the contemplative existence. Not only is she a very powerful being that is able to create through the spiral of her destiny, and you know what, let me show you the card. Let's see if I can toggle up and toggle over and show you close up. She's highly activated. She sits enthroned, literally, in the triple spiral of shift and change. And that is the direction that your soul is walking, right? Sitting next to the fire of her passion. One palm open, she receives and manifests at the same time. And there she sits. Spirit saying, illuminating your pathway so that you understand it is the shift and change that you have come through that has brought you into these moments where you know that victory for yourself is your strength. And for you as a Pisces, in some ways, your strength is your softness, your connection to the mystical realm, your connection to your soul journey, to the journey that you have. That is your destiny because you came here as a Pisces. So this card is about being able to sit next to the sacred fire of creation that kindles all of the desire that you have in your heart. And so if you reflect back to the lover of devotion on your human walk and the way in which that causes sacred transition, and the ability to, 2 indications of the ability to arise into the sacred light, so to speak, the flames of transition, keeping alive the sacred fire within your soul, within your heart, is what kindles for you the creative aspect of your being, because you walk so deeply through this world, given your set point as a Pisces. I have a couple of other pictures loaded, Spirit. I had a sort of an intuition this morning, so I loaded up some pics. It takes me a minute to find them, but there's one that I definitely want to show you. So, all of this transition, all of this movement, and Spirit's telling me toggle back again. So this is the place from which your reading came out that led us into the days of the solstice. This is a sacred passage tomb at Fort Knox. And, just very quickly, for those of you who don't know, I took a sacred journey. I found myself there through some mystical accident. I went into the tomb. I did some readings. The first one out was Pisces. And there have been an astounding set of messages that have come through to me from that moment forward. And Spirit's saying, there was a moment that came when I was in the tomb. It was dark. And the door, a gust of wind came. It was a sort of a beautiful sunny day. The door shut. We sat down to do the readings. My friend Paula was with me. And we were plunged into darkness. And so Spirit's chattering on and on and on about that in relation to this journey that you are on. And the fact that the soul card shows up at the bridge, the center line of cards, all the way to the left, that is the soul on its journey. And that's what Spirit's sort of chattering about in the background. So I'm going to do my best to parse out those messages, but Spirit wanted me to sort of toggle back and forth to help you understand that your journey continues, that you have come to a place of completion, which brings forward a new life, helping you to, it's funny, there's a lot of words coming through like supersede and be able to surmount the obstacles that held you back. Those things have been dissolved, and you are being prepared to go on to the next phase of your journey. Coming to a place of victory, understanding your strength, the strength of your natural set point as a Pisces. And from within that place lies the creative fire that lights your pathway going through into 2018. And so it's a moment of great celebration and rest. I just finished the Aquarius reading, and so the similar message is coming through. Congratulate yourself. Love yourself. Understand yourself in totality. The way in which your nature operates on this plane and the amount of creation that you can perform like the Queen of Art. Basically tending to and creating the sacred fires that kindle your life and that we need here on this planet as we go through our own transition and rebirth, the process of the sacred triple spiral. And so that is the place in which you start your year, Pisces. It's incredibly beautiful. And I want to thank you so much for being with me through 2017. I got one more picture I want to show you. Hang on a sec. The spirit message that came out, the beautiful warrior of art, stands at the sacred passage tomb at Newgrange. And so I'm just going to show you one of the pics I snapped while I was there. And so that's the spirit theme for 2018. This is the place from which you arrive into your new life as the Queen of Art. Really, what could be more beautiful than that? So I'm going to toggle back. It takes me a minute sometimes. I have a lot of things I have to do in the background. Here I am. Pisces, as always, thank you so much for everything you're doing, for all the effort you're putting in, and for the walk you're about to undertake in 2018. In this way, this is your new set point, the Queen of Art. It's a beautiful story. And I look forward to seeing you again as long as I'm able to be here to weave the unfolding that's happening, destined to happen in 2018, coming into this very new place through which we have passed in 2017. So I hope you have a wonderful year. I'm sending through a lot of gratitude. I'm hesitating because there's messaging coming through about gratitude, about thanks, about blessings, and an excitement for the new pathway. That's what Spirit's talking about. going forward. It's time to create. I'm very excited about that. I'll look forward to talking with you more in February. If you have any questions, if you want a reading, any of those things, click the Show More button and get in touch with me, and I'll be very eager to serve you in any way that I can. Pisces, thank you. I'll see you in February. Have a wonderful, wonderful month.